All right. Let us continue. Oh, got to do something. There's also something that I wanted to do as well. Let's just make sure that this is my badge, you know. I feel like that would be important.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
All right. Found my badge.
At least something good came out of all this.
Study
The bag.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Get the photo?
The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
He's winking. Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Name Harrier Dubois.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Yeah, what kind of full name is Harrier?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Harrier Dubois it is, then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Rank.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Was a Lieutenant W. Freighter.
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Declined.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
What's a decomptage?
Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens' militia. It means counting down to twos.
That doesn't help me.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last-century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
What kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
Thanks for explaining all this.
My pleasure.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
I guess we can go through all of it.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops. What?
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again,
it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiayeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
I like the sound of the word decomptage. Alrighty. Well, have a badge. Tell me everything.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
About my missing badge, sucker.
I'm afraid I can't say any more until we've taken care of formal protocol.
Never guess what I found. My badge.
Did you? Wonderful.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, the faded green pearls of her eyes scanning left to right.
She's memorizing your badge number.
It is a relief to see a W freighter here. The situation is precarious, to say the least. It needs a quick solution, or we will have a bloodbath on our hands.
Said contain the situation.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershall West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentary lapse of faith.
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply an opening gambit, like you suggested, or a joke even. They did not appreciate the humor.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. I don't like any of these answers. Oh boy, that is not good.
It's not good, no. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
Grabs hold of the mainsail.
if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
I think the confrontation is inevitable.
It doesn't have to be like this, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Crenel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel.
Could you contact the company? Tell them to call them off.
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then?
The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
Who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
His name was?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
This, Lely, anything else? Nationality? How old? How old would you say he was?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed, this matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining two mercs?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Well, still clear for the moment.
That's wise. Our goal is to avert catastrophe. Besides, you're likely to encounter them sooner or later.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Alright, that's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now you can tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
I will stay quiet.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
He points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Ain't nothing.
Port cities. On the oceans. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Delorian century. As early as 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
Who could tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
You wouldn't even know where to start.
What is the use of this map?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this.
Points to his heart. What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Well, for the tattoos, thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Finish our questions about reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything. These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late. For the big time. The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
She likes the totality of it.
Oh no. Alright.
Indeed. They piled them in mass graves in Ozon. And, well, that's the last anyone heard of those people. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes. The Insulindian deluge, they call it. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew.
Hey Dante, keep your fingers in your gloves and your helmets on your head. Yeah, I had, the pun was kind of hard to, pass up. I had to go with that.
The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. I prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time. They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Hey, Saki Noir. Welcome back. The thing is I don't want to put points in either of these.
It's a neurological disorder caused by a lack of vitamin B in the brain. Symptoms include a retrograde amnesia. It's quite serious. You should get yourself checked out.
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to invest too deeply in the condition of this doomed detective. In case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
Be my guest. What I am not is a basic term of reality.
He smiles.
There may be a way to get her speaking about herself at some later juncture.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Alright, so I have to go with those white checks to finish that quest. Alright, we learned some stuff. I would say what we learned wasn't... Oh, right, I gotta go do that. The time? I also need to, apparently you can't just, like, leave the extension alone. You have to do this extension thing every single day. Kind of annoying. I don't know why it's not, this is... I don't know why it's not, like, doing this stuff on its own, but... It, should have done it. Anyways. I kind of regret going to progress the case without Kitsuragi, because I feel like I missed out on something. Potato seller. Okay, so back to this. I mean, we've cut down on a lot of the stuff. I think my gun is in Homeboy Slice's desk, and I kind of want to go there after, like, during the nighttime and see. Oh, it's 11. We can call home Chick Slice back, see if he knows anything.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
This is Precinct 57. How may I... Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I know it must be frustrating. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? 57.
In the cabin,
Oh yeah, now popping up. In a day. In another day? Oh no. I didn't realize. I thought it was just like later on in the day. I found one armor piece. Maybe I need to inspect it. Oh, wow. Didn't realize you can equip them. Strength in digits.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I will be responsible with this. This is just to protect me from harm, not to show off.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
This is the long sought after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study it.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it, observe its properties, see if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Fair weather. Unlock. Gotta unlock these slots. It's a lot of slots. Like I'm decently close, and I've already maxed out perception, so. Alright, back over here. So can't run the armor, so we need to wait a day. Ask other people about the tattoos. Probably talk to about 2 people about them for this. Time. Find a way into the secret passage. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to sing karaoke. I feel like I've already looked into this, but I guess I can do that. I need a contemporary or something like that. And a spear decor or something like that. Oh, we're probably not going to get anything with that. Track down the gun. And we have to prove our authority to the Hardy Boys. Jumping off the top rope. Hitting them with that backflip. My mom used to love the Hardy Boys. So annoying. Like, can we just watch the match? You know, without all your little comments. You know, they're getting bodied right now, so we don't need none of that. Well, I was hoping that I would get a little bit more information. Because right now, I feel like I've achieved a minor victory. But it hasn't really moved anything forward for me. Small under... Oh. Are you new people?
You look like shit.
Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
The last couple of days have been rough.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Sure. What do we need? 7? 4 and a 3?
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
Animal control uniform.
The police of animals, yes.
That doesn't sound right. I don't want to say it.
Of course, you don't have to. You can talk about anything you want.
Kim, who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
From the 41st.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder. He just doesn't recognize them.
Spirit de corps. Maybe I should have left the conversation and then, Alright, see you around then.
Watch out for yourself, loser.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Hey, your voice, I recognize it.
Oh, really? I wonder where.
I lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there.
That's the where you remember me from?
I have a bit of memory trouble.
You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Oh, you're wearing a wig. You're the captain guy. You are wearing a disguise.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
As Lieutenant Kitsuragi explained, a patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
Is everything all right? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
She shakes her head and breathes out.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct are you from?
What precinct?
He just sighs.
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
Sunglasses wearing man pushes through his teeth.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
Okay, goodbye. So I guess they are looking into me. Maybe I shouldn't have called the station. I thought it was protocol, you know?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
You know what's beyond that door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself.
Got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music. especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Okay, well, we can't really do anything with the borscht. What am I supposed to do? Ooh. I think this is the point in this game where I don't actually have any direction, and there's not much that I feel I can do to gain that direction. I have to sneeze. Need to find some people who know about this picture.
Officer! God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
To be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
It's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He adds, squeezing a oul in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Should have chosen a place away from people and buildings.
This place is the damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Points to the northeast. Not thoughtfully and turned to the northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Ah, that explains all the war damage.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There's a strange gleam in his eyes.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Foreign powers cleaned up our mess, and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Exactly, as a suzerain.
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
I think he just really said that lightly.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Composure? I think I have some stuff for composure. Hold on a second. I don't have much for composure.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Okay. I now just need... Oh, never mind. I still need 2 6s. This did not help at all. Ah.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frisel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frisel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
Craven.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Put on real shoes now. Debardare's Union card. Bookstore back door. Key to the apartment building. Visual calculus is better than shivers, whatever shivers is.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
Why did you ask you about the Union again?
Sure, officer. They are the good guys. No, thank you.
Nope. Thank you. Take over the pawn shop. He'll never suspect. Yeah, but he might come back, you know? What if he comes back? Probably got some stuff stashed away. Gun or two. So I'm thinking if I waited until today to get the body down, I could have asked these people to help me get the body down. Okay, well, This is quite literally the only place I can go. How do I fast travel though? Don't see how I can fast travel. So if this is the only place I can go, maybe I'll get answers here.
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Oh, great news. I found somewhere new to sleep.
Huh?
I said great news. I found somewhere to sleep. Under this boat here. It'll be free.
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
You have a home somewhere. All cops do. When this is done, you can return.
I can live in this boat. Hey, Epic Otter. Kim, get out the way. Where's that crowbar? The Nintendo Direct was one of their best ever. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Very good. Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who is Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Don't call Abigail.
Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a two-piece Lictra tracksuit puts down his Pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening?
Picks up his beer. Wait, tequila?
Yeah, tequila sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Not too hot. I'm on a 50-year losing streak.
That's harsh. I'm like 3 or maybe 4 years into mine. Wait, no. Make it 5.
He looks at his crap-stained Licra with a grim expression.
Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Oh, okay. Takes a sip from his beer.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please! Please don't call! Don't call!
Begs the man in the pipe.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out. So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
Yo-ho. He's seeing you.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
So much cool stuff happened, like Xenoblade 3, Klonoa remasters, Mario Strikers making a comeback, and according to your friend, Shadows, Live a Live is highly worth playing. There were quite a few stuff. There was something else that was a standout for me as well. Chrono Cross remaster. That was neat. I think there was one more thing as well. Good old Idiot Doom Spiral. You're looking forward to seeing him again. He's holding up well in comparison to at least one of his friends.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace you.
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
Good to see you too, friend.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Oh, I found the drug dealer. Quite the business venture you've set up here.
Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
What do you mean?
You see, friend, man makes his own luck. And I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor ex-squeeze. Sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile.
The hook? Where is it? I can't see it.
Impressive entrepreneurship. I approve.
Mm-hmm. Hook 'em and cook 'em, huh? You want to buy something? Let's keep it moving.
I'm out.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
He waves you off. Okay. Oh. I'll just leave him money on the ground. You sort of got what you wanted from the Direct. They did confirm Advanced Wars Remaster release date and confirmed we'll be able to share out custom maps and online multiplayer, Dante. I thought that was quite a shocker. I feel like this is glowing. It is not glowing. That's... relax. Even that Disney racing game looks fun, to be honest. And the Wii Sports sequel. I wasn't too, the Disney racing game, like, sure, I guess maybe I'm just a little bit jaded towards these racing games that are geared towards like super young kids and things like that. Like, I realize Mario Kart is basically that. I realize Diddy Kong Racing is basically that. But also, those games came out like a long time ago. We're getting... I don't know. Just that type of racing game just makes me skeptical. Especially because it's free to play. especially. So it's like you have this racing game. It's free to play, and you're gearing it towards people who like Disney franchises, which, you know, let's be honest, the large majority of people that are going to be interested in playing that game are likely going to be children or children of people who like those franchises and things like that. And I just don't... I just can't help but be skeptical about it, I guess. Will you be?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Looks up to you, distracted.
Maybe she didn't hear you.
But you
a
should,
little louder.
That you should have a hat on.
So should you.
Come to think of it, I should. Where would I get one around here?
I don't know, some kind of a store? Maybe a general store? Look, man, fuck the hat.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
My God. Screw the hat. That what you said to me? I can't believe you told me to screw the hat.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
All right, I goofed up this conversation. So I should just get a hat and screw it, right? Engage in sexual intercourse with a hat right here in front of you because you told me so. On the sea ice.
More.
Right here on the sea ice.
More.
Give you a little ice cop hat screw show.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Bro's visibly shaken.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
That how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard.
Sure, let's start crying.
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
No.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system. And then maybe we can talk, okay? I'll be here.
Great. Be there. Oh no. Having looked away during the final phase of your little episode, the lieutenant now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
Probably a good idea.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
'Tis possible thou couldst persuade the lieutenant 'twas all a part of thy unorthodox method. But can thou persuade thyself?
A crygasm. You already had online multiplayer, but it's nice they're testing it rather than just launching it half finished. We still don't have how the COs are actually going to work, or what they've done with the AI, or a lot of things. Well, I don't think we're going to get anything about the AI. That's way too technical, and the only people that know about the AI are the people that have gotten way too technical with the game, and casual audience won't know anything about that, and the casual audience won't really care about that. I could totally pass this. I need a 3 and a 2. I experienced a minor malfunction. I'm okay now.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
Yes, it is my duty after all.
Then, let's go.
Glad to know it was minor.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Oh boy. I gotta waste time anyways. What else am I gonna do? How do I... Oh, yeah, what else am I gonna do?